Gentlemen, to our last but not least lecture for this course, reading 102 with me, Abdullah Al-Malh. Okay, so the last lecture we talk about is Unit 6, again, language literacy and bilingual education. And specifically in this passage we're going to talk about bilingual education in the United States. So the reading passage will be about bilingual education in the United States. And we know the United States has many languages in it, because there are lots of migrants, Spanish or Latino migrants going there, and Arab migrants going there. So people are getting used to the, especially to the Spanish language. So bilingual education in the United States is very, very, very crucial or very important matter for education there. Okay. So new vocabulary, I'm going to read them, then discuss them when reading the passage. Burden, controversial, controversy, critic, effective, federal, immersion, implement, literate, mandate, native, oppose, overwhelm, proponent, struggle, taxpayer, transitional, and vary. Okay, so we don't have a... Okay, so bilingual education is an educational program that provides instruction in both the student's native language and the language of the host country. So student native language, for example, this program is, for example, if it's given in the United States, the student's native language is the Spanish. For example, for me, for my case, I'm from Saudi Arabia and my native language is Arabic. So if I go there, they will gonna give me a program where they're going to discuss or give me some instructions through using my native language, which is Arabic, and using the language of the host country, which is English, because I'm in the United States. Okay. In the United States, bilingual programs give instruction in English and some other language, such as Spanish, Farsi, or Vietnamese. Bilingual education became federal law in 1974. Okay. فأصبح قانون فدرالي إن bilingual education تكون في 1974 لابد أن يكون هناك تعليم bilingual education. According to the Bilingual Education Act of 1974, public schools must provide equal educational opportunities for students who speak languages other than English. This law was renewed by the 1984 Title II Public Law 9851 or 5011. These two laws recommended that federal money be given to states so they could implement حتى يمكنهم تنفيذ عملية bilingual programs, برامج bilingual, and teacher training, classes in students' native language and English as a second language, ESL. Some states had begun their own bilingual programs before they were required to do so by federal law. Massachusetts became the first state to mandate تطبق bilingual education in 1971. The bilingual programs in Massachusetts later became a model for other states. The ways in which bilingual programs are implemented by the different states varies greatly. It differs. Okay, it differs. It's not just one thing. It's more than one thing. One of the most common models of bilingual education in the United States is called transitional bilingual education. So it's a changing bilingual education. In this kind of program, students learn ESL while taking all their other classes in their native language. Students must stop taking classes in their native language after some period of time, usually 3 years. After the 3-year time limit, students start taking all their classes in English only. The reasoning for this model is that native language classes should serve only as a transition to English. The main goal of a transitional program is to teach students English as quickly as possible. So هذا الهدف الرئيسي من البروجرام، من the transitional program. Another kind of program is called maintenance bilingual education. Maintenance bilingual education or maintenance programs do not have the same time limit as transitional programs, so it's different from transitional program. Students can continue taking content area classes, science, mathematics, and social studies in their native language for as long as they need to or want to. The idea behind the maintenance program is that a child's native language is worth maintaining and developing. In fact, research has shown that students who are fully literate معناته متعلمين, okay, they get education in their first language, okay, will be more successful in learning how to read and write a second language. Okay, الهدف هذا من تركيز على النيتيف language. ليه؟ لأن من تعلم النيتيف language أو لما يكون التعليم في النيتيف language عالي، راح يكون عندهم القابلية أنهم يتعلمون لغة ثانية ويبدعون في اللغة الثانية. One of the problems with maintenance program is that they are more expensive than transitional program. Two-way bilingual education هذا أيضا برنامج آخر. Two-way bilingual education is a program that offers second language instruction to students whose native language is English, while at the same time providing ESL to students who speak a language other than English. For example, English-speaking students might take courses in Spanish, while Spanish-speaking students take ESL classes. Both groups would continue to take their other content courses in their native language. In some classes, students may work together using both languages. The purpose of two-way bilingual education program is to make all students bilingual. الهدف منها أن يخلون كل الطلاب bilingual. Finally, there is immersion bilingual education. In these programs, students take all English courses for a year or two before they begin taking courses in their native language. In other words, they are immersed in English for the first year or two. Research has not shown that this kind of approach is more effective than the other models already described. Many students feel overwhelmed, feel great, okay, feel fulfilled during the first 2 years, while struggling لكنهم يعانون to learn English. They lose valuable time that should be spent learning important concepts in math and science. Bilingual education has always been and continues to be a controversial subject قابل للنقاش. It is controversial for a variety of reasons. قابل للنقاش لأسباب عدة. Some critics argue, بعض النقاد argue that bilingual education places an unfair burden on schools and that taxpayers' money should not be spent teaching immigrants in their native language. They reason that all people in the United States should have to read, write, and speak English. In addition, they point out that bilingual programs haven't always been successful in providing literate bilingual students. Many people in favor of bilingual education agree that some bilingual programs are better than others, and not all of them are successful. However, research has been proven that students who are literate in their first language will learn how to read and write a second language more easily. In addition, students who learn important concepts in math and science in their native language will be able to understand these concepts much more easily when they move into all English courses. Some proponents of bilingual education argue that the real reason critics are opposed to these programs is that these programs really work. Bilingual proponents say that critics of bilingual education do not really want immigrants to be successful at school. The controversy over bilingual education continues. In 1998, a law was passed in California that made bilingual education illegal. Some states are waiting to see what will happen next in California. Others are already proposing similar laws. whatever happens, bilingual education will certainly continue to be controversial. This is the end of our passage. We come to the multiple choice questions. So first, the word literate means, كلمة literate means someone who is educated, not educated, not learning or critic. We said that literate are people who learned, okay? So people who got an education. الناس المتعلمين, we call them literate. Okay, so the answer for number 1 is A, someone who is educated. Number 2, the word vary means, كلمة vary means different things, one thing, wanted person, or impossible. Okay, the closest meaning to vary is different things. So when you say there's a variety of options, there's many options. Okay, many options. So A is the right answer. Number 3, the opposite of the word literate, عكس كلمة متعلم, okay, is illiterate. A. B. Educated. C. Oppose. Or D. Critic. Illiterate is the answer. A is the answer, because when we add IL, it becomes ummi, illiterate. Okay, illiterate means ummi, and literate means educated, مثقف or متعلم. So A is the opposite of literate. Illiterate is the opposite of literate. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed my course with me, Abdullah Minham. All the best. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen.